Good evening, everyone. Let me take a few moments of your time to make some announcements before the ceremony begins. To comply with safety regulations, I'll point out the emergency exits in the Great Hall. For people in the upper tiered seating, there's an exit up the stairs behind you. People in the lower tiers and towards the back of the hall should use the exits on the left and the right of the hall. People in the front use the front exit. Please note your nearest green emergency exit sign. For those with small children, there is a soundproof crying room located at the rear of the Great Hall. The ushers in the hall are happy to assist you if you need access to the crying room. A professional photographer will photograph each graduate as they receive their award from the Deputy Chancellor, and a copy of this photograph will be available to all graduates to access and share via your Facebook page. Portrait photography is also available at the graduate reception in the Brennan Room after the ceremony. As a courtesy to everyone in the room, we ask that you switch your mobile phones to silent. Graduates, the university issues invitation to complete the Graduate Outcomes Survey. This survey gathers feedback on your higher education experience to improve the experience of future students. We strive to provide the best university experience possible for all of our students, but this can't be achieved without your valuable feedback. We would appreciate your assistance with the survey. Some of the terminology used in this evening's ceremony may be unfamiliar to you. To assist in your appreciation of this ceremony, we have provided a history of graduation and an explanation of terms in the graduation book, together with a record of the presenters and those eligible to graduate today. The academic procession will enter the Great Hall in a few moments. When the procession enters, could you please rise and remain standing while we all sing the first verse of the national anthem. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please rise when the dais party rises and remain standing until the dais party and the graduates have left the hall. We hope you enjoy this very special occasion. Thank you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this wonderful occasion. To start, I respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians, the Pambalong clan of the Awabakal people, on whose traditional land this campus is located, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and future. As Deputy Chancellor of this university and a graduate myself, I'm delighted to be able to celebrate this milestone in your academic journey. Graduates, today you take with you a degree from one of the finest institutions in the world. Newcastle is acknowledged for delivering excellence in education to its 38,000 students. Our degree programs are designed to meet the needs of business and industry today and anticipate those needs well into the future. As a result, the University of Newcastle rates highly for outstanding overall student education experience. That standing is underpinned by the university's ongoing drive to improve how we research, teach and learn, and collaborate with industry and employers. This year, the university started work on the new Honeysuckle City campus, preparing the site for the first main building construction. Scheduled for completion in late 2020, this first stage will deliver cutting-edge facilities for the School of Creative Industries and an innovation hub, which will promote greater opportunities for students and researchers to collaborate with industry and investors. The university is globally recognised for its research output. Indeed, many of our researchers are leading the effort to solve some of the world's greatest challenges. Among the university's research achievement this year is $35 million in funding from the Australian Research Council for a new centre of excellence in the area of mineral processing. The university is also part of a consortium of local and international partners to create a new $35 million centre for excellence in synthetic biology. Across all disciplines from the sciences to humanities, the university is recognised for research that delivers impact and innovation. Importantly, the university's focus on excellence in research and education sits hand in glove with a long-held commitment to equity. We offer the opportunity of education to students from all walks of life who have talent and determination. 1/4 of our students are from low socio-economic background, and we have the largest number of Indigenous students of any Australian university. Bolstering this proud achievement is the recent appointment of Nathan Towney as Pro Vice-Chancellor, Indigenous Strategy and Leadership. In this role, he will lead our Indigenous education framework and is also responsible for leading the implementation of our Indigenous employment strategy. Today's celebration on the completion of your study marks another important milestone, your entry into the University of Newcastle Alumni Network, and you are in very good company. One example from this faculty is alumnus Dr. Elizabeth Weaver, who completed a Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics in 1998 and a Doctor of Philosophy in Biological Sciences in 2007. Today, Dr. Weaver is an internationally acclaimed nutritional biochemist, author and speaker. Her PhD examined the biochemical and nutritional factors in children with autism, and her findings have changed the way the condition is treated in both Australia and New Zealand. You are now united with achievers like Dr. Weaver and the people sitting around you as an alumnus of the university. Our network of passionate and talented alumni stretches across the world, comprising 143,000 members in 135 countries. The network and its chapters offer unique opportunities to connect professionally and socially with other alumni, and I encourage you to stay in touch. Today is the culmination of many years of hard work. The testimony that will be presented to you shortly is much more than a piece of paper. It is a symbol of all you have experienced during your time here at the university. This includes an acknowledgement of the support of your family and friends who have been with you every step of the way on your journey to today. You will also be presented with a pin that features the artwork of local Indigenous artist Saretta Fielding. This gift from our university illustrates the importance of education and learning through the use of traditional symbols of people gathered around a central camp place which depicts the University of Newcastle. This will be presented to you by a member of our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community. To family and friends, we know that you're here to acknowledge the hard work of a special person. We would be pleased if you let them know that you are here with a cheer as they receive their degree. Again, my heartfelt congratulations to each of you. I now call on the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Alex Zielinski, AO, to present a candidate for an honorary degree.
Deputy Chancellor, I have the pleasure in presenting to you Dr. Frances Gentle AO for admission to the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa. Dr. Gentle is an outstanding academic leader and researcher who's made a significant contribution to the lives of people with vision impairment across Australia and internationally. Her long association with the University of Newcastle started in 2002 as an alumnus. Dr. Gentle completed a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, a Master of Special Education Honours and a Master of Special Education Sensory Disability with this university. She also holds a Bachelor of Education, Special Education from the University of New England and a Bachelor of Arts and a Diploma of Education from Macquarie University. Today, Dr. Gentle's valued connection with our university continues in her role as a conjoint lecturer with the Royal Institute for the Deaf and Blind Children, Renwick Centre. Across 30 years, Dr. Gentle's impact and influence in her field has been both diverse and comprehensively, accompanying policy development, professional standards for specialist vision teachers, digital approaches to teaching Braille, and the development of best practice guidelines for the education of learners with visual impairment. Beyond her current work with the Renwick Centre, Dr. Gentle is a leader in a range of international and regional organisations, including as President of the International Council for Education of People with Visual Impairment, Co-President of the South Pacific Educators in Vision Impairment, and Executive Member of the World Blind Union. Recognising her significant contribution to her field, Dr. Gentle received the University of Newcastle Alumni Award for Regional Leadership in 2012 for her development work in the Asia-Pacific region. She was also awarded an honour of the Officer of the Order of Australia in 2018 for distinguished service to people who are blind or who have low vision. Today, our University Council is delighted to award this honorary degree in recognition of Dr. Gentle's significant contribution to the lives of people across the world living with vision impairment. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Frances Gentle AO for admission to the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa.
By the authority conferred upon me by the Council, I hereby admit Dr. Frances Gentle AO to the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Gentle to deliver today's occasional address.
Thank you. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of Council, staff of the University, families and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, graduates. I May I commence by respectfully acknowledging the Awabakal people of the land we are meeting on today. I pay tribute to elders past, present and emerging, and it is a great privilege to be standing on country. I was delighted to receive an invitation from the Vice-Chancellor to deliver this occasional address and to share some practical insights with our graduating students. The invitation arrived while I was visiting the Xindao School for Blind Children in China. Xindao is known for its Yellow Sea coast and the Laoshan Mountain, which were home to Lao Tzu and Confucius. I have drawn my inspiration for this address from these two great philosophers and have linked 3 personal insights to their writings. My first insight is to choose a career that you love. Confucius wrote, "Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life." My own career in the field of education for children with blindness and low vision enables me to be surrounded by colleagues who are passionate about promoting quality education and health services for children and adults with sensory impairment and their families. My colleagues balance the demands of research, publications, and the training of specialist professionals with the demands of family and social life. I believe their passion is fueled by choosing a career that brings great personal satisfaction and meaning. As University of Newcastle graduates of the Faculty of Health and Medicine, you are well placed to consider careers that offer opportunities for continued learning and personal and professional growth. Or as Confucius would put it, careers that involve head and heart, knowledge and compassion. My second insight is to be open to life's opportunities. Lao Tzu is quoted as saying, "Do the difficult things while they are easy, and do the great things while they are small. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step." My career in education of children with vision impairment began with a chance suggestion by a friend that I study special education at uni. My contribution to blindness education in developing countries began with a spur-of-the-moment decision to attend an Australian Volunteers International event with my daughter, who was preparing for a volunteer assignment overseas. These 2 chance events were small and unimportant at the time, and I had no idea they would lead to a journey of great significance to myself and to others. In 2002, I joined the Australian Volunteer Eye Care team in Timor-Leste as they conducted vision assessments and eye operations. This 2-week experience was life-changing as I realised the human potential of qualifications in health, medicine and education. As the eye team went from village to village, I met children and adults who lived on the margins of their communities because of preventable vision loss. There were children who could not attend school, women who could no longer weave fabric for their livelihood, and mothers and fathers who could not prepare meals for their families or tend their crops and livestock. My suggestion to you is, if you are climbing in the Himalayas or holidaying in Fiji or taking part in the annual Timor-Leste bike race, consider visiting a school or clinic to learn firsthand about the health and medical needs of the children and their communities. My third insight is to give back or leave a legacy, and I draw on a quote from Confucius. If you think in terms of a year, plant a seed. In terms of 10 years, plant trees. In terms of 100 years, teach the people. I invite you to consider supporting those who wish to follow you in careers in health and medicine, but who may be held back by financial or social circumstances. Consider becoming an active contributor to the university's community and school programs, or connecting with the university's alumni network. My 3 insights this evening are linked and have led me to writing this address while visiting the mountains that were home to Lao Tzu and Confucius. Firstly, choose a career you love. Secondly, be open to life's opportunities. And thirdly, give back or leave a legacy. My final quote this evening is from Confucius. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is truly ready, the teacher will disappear. Well, you are truly ready, and the time has come for your lecturers, tutors, and the university staff to step back and say, well done. Graduates of 2019, I doff my cap to you in recognition of what you have achieved and wish you every success for the future. Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. Gentle for an outstanding address. I'm sure we all enjoyed hearing of your experiences and the sharing of some very wise words this evening, so thank you again. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to a very important aspect of this ceremony. For this, I'm going to ask all of our graduates to please stand. As Deputy Chancellor of this university, I now officially confer awards to all those candidates whose names appear in the graduation ceremony handbook and have fulfilled the conditions for admission of that award. So could you please join me in applauding the wonderful achievements of our graduates. Graduates, please be seated. I now call on Laureate Professor John Aiken, Pro Vice Chancellor for the Faculty of Health and Medicine, to present graduates from that faculty.
Deputy Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study for which the defining characteristic is research. Doctor of Philosophy graduates have undertaken a program of independent supervised study for the equivalent of up to 4 years of full-time study. These graduates have produced significant and original research outcomes, culminating in a thesis which has been independently examined by external expert examiners of international standing. These graduates have developed a substantial body of knowledge at the frontier of a field of work or learning that constitutes an original contribution. Candidates can apply their knowledge and skills to demonstrate autonomy, authoritative judgment, adaptability, and responsibility as an expert and leading scholar, with the ongoing capacity to generate new knowledge. Today, the university is proud to honour graduates who have satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Kylie Abbott, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Abbott's thesis is entitled Long-Chain Omega-3 Polyunsaturated Fatty Acids, Sex Hormones and Insulin Resistance. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Abbott. Anya? Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Anya Arthurs for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Arthur's thesis is entitled The Role of MicroRNAs that Target the Renin-Angiotensin System in Placental Development and Function. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Arthurs. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Preeti Bajwa for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Bajwa's thesis is entitled Age-Related mTOR in Ovarian and Endometrial Cancers. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Bajwa. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Ingrid Berling for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Berling's thesis is entitled QT Prolongation in Mental Health Patients, Contributory Factors and Clinical Significance. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Berling. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Mark Bigland for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Bigland's thesis is entitled Aging of the Inner Ear Vestibular Organs. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Bigland. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Michelle Beauville for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Beauville's thesis is entitled Culturally Responsive Approaches for the Empowerment of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Women in Smoking Cessation Care. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Beauville. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Catherine Brain for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Brain's thesis is entitled Nutrition's Role in the Management of Chronic Pain. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Brain. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Hannah Brown for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Brown's thesis is entitled Evaluation of Education Strategies to Optimize Nutrition and Dietary Knowledge in Pregnant Women. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Brown. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Sarah Delforce for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Delforce's thesis is entitled The Role of Intrauterine Renin-Angiotensin Systems in Pregnancy and Reproductive Health. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Delforce. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Natalie Dodd for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Dodd's thesis is entitled Strategies to Improve Adherence to Colorectal Cancer Screening. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Dodd. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Jessica Ferguson for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Ferguson's thesis is entitled Enhancing the Lipid-Lowering Potential of Phytosteroids in Hypercholesterolemic Individuals. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Ferguson. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Ryan Gallagher for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Gallagher's thesis is entitled INPH Quest Study, Quantifying a Battery of Gait, Cognitive and Radiological Examinations to Improve Identification of Shunt Candidates from the Cerebral Fluid TAP Test. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Gallagher. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Margaret Galloway for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Galloway's thesis is entitled An Exploration of Low Doses of Exercise on Cardiorespiratory Fitness in People with Chronic Stroke. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Galloway. Is it Keegan? Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Michael Geoghegan for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Geoghegan's thesis is entitled Characterizing Transcriptional Perturbations Arising from Altered Expression of Schizophrenia-Associated MicroRNA. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Geoghegan. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Urvashi Gopal for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Gopal's thesis is entitled Combined Somatosensory and Motor Training to Improve Upper Limb Recovery After Stroke. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Gopal. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Jacqueline Jackson for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Jackson's thesis is entitled Investigating the Role of Inorganic Dietary Nitrate in the Context of Overall Diet Quality for Cardiovascular Disease Prevention. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Jackson. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Helen Jankowski for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Jankowski's thesis is entitled Identification of Biomarkers and Novel Candidates for Prostate Cancer from Extracellular Vesicles. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Jankowski. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Graham Knox for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Knox's thesis is entitled Clinical Prediction Rules in Physiotherapy Clinical Education. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Knox. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Ting La for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. La's thesis is entitled Molecular Characterization of Quiescent Cancer Cells. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. La. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Yuqi Li for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Lee's thesis is entitled The Relationship Between Maternal Nutrition, Obesity or Diabetes in Pregnancy and Offspring Kidney Structure and Function in an Indigenous Australian Population. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Lee. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Shi Lu for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Lu's thesis is entitled Contribution of Cell Death to the Pathogenesis of Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Lu. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Luang Luang for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Luan's thesis is entitled An Overview of Evidence and Value-Based Economic Evaluation for Healthcare and Chronic Disease. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Luan. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Alireza Mazlumi Gafghani for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Gafghani's thesis is entitled Clinical and Physiological Characteristics of Cyber Sickness. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Gafghani. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Rebecca McLaughlin for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. McLaughlin's thesis is entitled Dietary Fibre as a Modulator of Inflammation in Asthma. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Dr. McLaughlin. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Beatrice Murolski for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Murolski's thesis is entitled Development and Evaluation of a Mobile Health Intervention to Improve Physical Activity and Sleep Health in Adults, the Synergy Study. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Murolski. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Kate O'Brien for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. O'Brien's thesis is entitled Telephone-Based Management for Patients with Osteoarthritis and Other Musculoskeletal Conditions. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. O'Brien. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Mohammed Razazuddin for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Riazuddin's thesis is entitled The Renin-Angiotensin System in Endometrial Cancer. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Riazuddin. Seaward. Say or see? Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Kirsty Seaward for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Seaward's thesis is entitled Improving the Implementation of Menu Dietary Guidelines in Child Care Services. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Seaward. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you David Skerritt-Byrne for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Skerritt-Byrne's thesis is entitled Deep Time Resolved Proteomic and Phosphoproteomic Profiling of Cigarette Smoke-Induced Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disease. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Skerritt-Byrne. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Danica Tremaine for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Tremaine's thesis is entitled Increasing the Provision of Preventative Care by Clinicians with Substance Use Treatment Settings. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Tremaine. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Sarah Valkenburg for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Valkenburg's thesis is entitled Enhancing the Efficiency of Task-Specific Training on Upper Limb Motor Recovery After Stroke. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Valkenburg. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Megan Watnell for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Watnell's thesis is entitled the development and evaluation of a brief web-based nutrition intervention for young adult university students. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Watnell. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Evan Williams for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Williams' thesis is entitled Strategies for Reducing Systemic Inflammation in Obesity. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Williams. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Michelle Williams for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Williams' thesis is entitled Development of Methods for the Detection of Novel Psychoactive Substances in Oral Fluid. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Williams. Deputy Chancellor, a Master's by Research is a degree awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a programme of supervised research for the equivalent of up to 2 years of full-time study. Through the examination of a thesis conducted by external examiners of international standing, these graduates have demonstrated expert specialised cognitive and technical skills and an integrated understanding of a complex body of knowledge that includes the understanding of recent developments in their field. They are able to apply an advanced body of knowledge, research principles and methods in a range of contexts to demonstrate a high level of autonomy, expert judgment and accountability. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you Shannon Lipberger for the degree of Master of Philosophy. Ms. Lipberger's thesis is entitled An Investigation of Head and Neck Posture, a Possible Cause of Headache. Deputy Chancellor, I present Ms. Lipberger. Deputy Chancellor, I present to you John Tessier for the degree of Master of Philosophy. Mr. Tessier's thesis is entitled Evaluation of an Alternative Placement Model to Address Quality in Clinical Learning in Diagnostic Radiography Education. Deputy Chancellor, I present Mr. Tessier. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the higher degree research graduates. Deputy Chancellor, I now present to you graduates who have satisfied the requirements of a postgraduate award from the Faculty of Health and Medicine. Graduating with a Master of Clinical Epidemiology with distinction, Matthew Fennick. Graduating with a Master of Family Studies with distinction, Elizabeth Gervas. Ruth Phelan. Sarah Rawnsley. Graduating with a Master of Family Studies, Renee Bell. Graduating with a Master of Health Science with distinction, Elizabeth Topfu-Manyi. Graduating with a Master of Health Science, Flora Mafofu. Matilda Salkelt. That's not you, sorry. Graduating with a Master of Medical Statistics with distinction, Naomi Borbersley. Graduating with a Master of Medical Statistics, Jasmine Yongwei Ling. Graduating with a Master of Public Health with distinction, Jean-Pierre Banvana. Timothy Brennan. Monique Horn. Yingli Hu. Arif Ahmed Kamal Ahmed. Catherine Kennedy. Shestin Paola. Robin Ray. Jennifer Tate. Graduating with a Master of Public Health, Sing-Tang Chang. Wilson Adifo. Vincent Osazeli Eselebo. Rojan Casey. Charlene Kumar. Weijia Li. Henry O'Dazen. Jody Pride. Laurette Yuan Yuzi. Graduating with a Master of Traumatology with distinction, Taskiana Gordon. Luke Peters. Graduating with a Master of Workplace Health and Safety with distinction, Stephen Duncan. Carol Gurney. Sean Hampson. Carl Wisdom. Graduating with a Master of Workplace Health and Safety, Pale Chandra. Russell Driver. Christine Edwards. Melissa Lyons. Avinash Sami. Graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Family Studies, John Baldwin. And Sophie Jones. Graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Health Science, Claire O'Brien. Graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Workplace Health and Safety, Jemina Simpson. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Health and Medicine at this time.
We will now enjoy a musical interlude by the Newcastle Chamber Choir performing You're the Voice, arranged by Benjamin Lambert. Over half of the 20-person choir are graduates or students of the University of Newcastle, and the choir won the Sydney Eisteddfod's 2019 Australasian Open Choral Championship, the 2019 Australian Open Choral Challenge, and won a further 8 Open Adult Choir competitions at both Sydney and Australian National Eisteddfods in 2019.
the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa, whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Whoa, whoa. You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa, whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Whoa, whoa. We're all someone's daughter. We're all someone's son. How long can we look at each other? Down the barrel of a gun. You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa, whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. Whoa, whoa. You're the voice, try and understand it. Make a noise and make it clear. Whoa, whoa. We're not gonna sit in silence. We're not gonna live with fear. We had the chance to turn the pages over.
Thank you to the Newcastle Chamber Choir for that wonderful performance. I now call on Laureate Professor Aitken to continue presenting graduates from the Faculty of Health and Medicine.
Deputy Chancellor, I now present to you graduates who have satisfied the requirements for a bachelor's degree from the Faculty of Health and Medicine, graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science Honours with Honours Class 1, Clifford Tibet. Graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science Honours with Honours Class 2, Division 1, David Slater. Graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science with distinction, Jennifer Pryor. Graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science, Ahmed Al-Obeid. Nurin Azman. Donna Bayliss. Kaya Branch. Rebecca Gordon. Nathaniel Huaria. Alexandra Kerr. Isabel MacLeod. Lachlan Schofield. Holly Watts. Thomas Woodcock. Graduating with a Bachelor of Environmental and Occupational Health and Safety, Mahavid Hassel bin Hassin Besri. Graduating with a Bachelor of Health, Chung Chang. Graduating with a Bachelor of Medical Radiation Science Honours, Diagnostic Radiography, Kawa Mo. Ting Yang Un. Graduating with a Bachelor of Medical Radiation Science Honours, Radiation Therapy, Hussein Ali Al-Qafas. Graduating with a Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics Honours, with Honours Class 1, Wei Kong Lim. Graduating with a Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics Honours, with Honours Class 2, Division 1, P.Y. Lee. Graduating with a Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics Honours, Josephine Burgess. Jia Yi Chung. Fong Fu. Jia Ji Kao. Chloe Law. Kyle Lee. Jess Lim. Hui Xuan Ung. Graduating with a Bachelor of Occupational Therapy Honours, with Honours Class 1, Alexandra Mead. Graduating with a Bachelor of Occupational Therapy Honours, Kelly de Brock. Hoi Yi Louis. Graduating with a Bachelor of Oral Health Therapy, Zora Hashemi. Graduating with a Bachelor of Physiotherapy Honours with Honours Class 1, Jasmine Bay. Graduating with a Bachelor of Physiotherapy Honours, Dania Kennedy. Leopoldo Mucci. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Health and Medicine.
I now have great pleasure in inviting Dr. Jacqueline Jackson, who graduated earlier with a PhD in Nutrition Dietetics, to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, families and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, graduates and doctors, I'm greatly honoured to be here delivering this address on behalf of this graduating cohort full of incredible talent. Graduates, congratulations, we did it. Today we get to celebrate this huge milestone. Now to some, it might seem like we just achieved our qualifications or doctor status overnight. But the reality is we've been consistently achieving and accomplishing many milestones to get here today. And this is something that has taken a huge amount of self-discipline, commitment, sacrifice, determination, perseverance, resilience, copious amounts of caffeine, and self-growth. And so I think it would be fair to say that taking on the challenge of completing a university degree is not for the faint-hearted, and the importance of our support networks that have helped us to be here celebrating today must not be understated. So thank you to all the parents, siblings, grandparents, uncles, aunties, and cousins who provided us with the supportive and nurturing environments that have allowed us to do what we do. Thank you to our friends who reminded us that our worth is so much more than the products of our studies. Thank you to the partners and children who told us that we could and believed in us when we'd almost lost all hope. Thank you to the furry friends who provided us with unconditional love, hugs, and emotional support when words just didn't seem to help. Thank you to the mentors and supervisors who guided us through our academic apprenticeships and offered up such exciting and rewarding opportunities. We are so fortunate to have access to so many exceptional, world-class research leaders. And most importantly, thank you to our fellow peers and graduates who lent a sympathetic ear and advice when things just didn't seem to be going to plan. Thank you for taking that walk around the block and for the regular morning coffee dates. This provided us a safe place to vent and problem solve our ways through the lows, but also celebrate the highs of student life. So since being awarded my PhD, I seem to have come across a few common ideas about what it means to hold a PhD. The first of these is that we will always have at least one family member who thinks we now hold the power to prescribe medicines. The second concept is applicable to all graduates here today, and it's this idea that we are exceptionally intelligent people. Now, I'm not going to say that's completely untrue. We do represent a group of highly focused, hard-working, sometimes stubborn, analytically minded people who enjoy a bit of spreadsheet action and have a high appreciation for quality scientific methodology and theory. However, Other key characteristics of a graduate include passion, the ability to think critically, combined with creativity, and a desire to do something good for the world that we live in. And it's these traits that will matter most as we move forward in our lives and careers. So speaking of moving forward, I'm sure a lot of people have been asking, well, what now? What are your ambitions for the future? Would you like to teach the next generation of research leaders? Or maybe you're thinking big and have your sights on being a Nobel Prize winner one day. Maybe you've decided to explore new pathways. Or maybe it's a little too soon to know what you want because it's a big, competitive world out there and an academic or research pathway presents much uncertainty. I recently read that PhD and postdoctoral researchers are a strong, untapped resource with potential to make a real contribution to global health. We just need more pathways and must build capacity within our research institutions, as well as avenues for funding to help harness this. Because the desire to make a contribution to global health is real and it's here. I mentioned previously that many of us enter tertiary study with the desire and intention to make a positive difference to the world and the people in it. Sometimes we might joke that if we were to solve the problems that we're focused on right now, then we'd put ourselves out of a job. But in reality, we know this not to be true, because the issues that humans face and the world that we live in is not a closed circuit. We live within large, complex systems, which means that we are faced with new challenges all the time. Just this year, the Australian Medical Association recognised climate change as a health emergency. And if we continue as normal, this is expected to have huge implications on health and well-being, if not already. And so climate change will be just one of the many complex issues that in our lifetime we'll have the opportunity to help solve. And so I think Pickle Rick from Rick and Morty sums this up nicely when he says, "I'm a scientist because I invent, transform, create, and destroy for a living. And when I don't like something about the world, I change it. So graduates, let's change it."
Thank you to Dr. Jackson for her wonderful speech. I hope you've enjoyed this evening's ceremony, and thank you for joining the university community in the celebration of the awarding of degrees. Before I declare the ceremony concluded, I ask that the graduates, could you please remain seated and invite the dais party and our guests to stand and join me in applauding the wonderful achievement of our graduates. I now declare the ceremony concluded. Please join us now for the graduate reception in the Brennan Room to continue in celebrating this special day together.